Hello world, this is live from QNAP headquarters in Taipei, Taiwan. Today I have Hans with me. He's our product manager of AfoBot.
AfoBot, yes.
Yeah, AfoBot.
Hi.
Yeah, hello. You are too hurry. Later. Okay.
So it is activated by our son. So today we're going to talk about a more sentimental robot than AfoBot.
We can say it's a video companion robot. Yes. And
video companion, like we can make video calls and we can watch videos on it.
Yes. We can go to the next page, in fact.
Okay, so let's switch to the slides.
Yes. So we can see the AfoBot is like, the slogan is
Yes.
keep it. You are too hurry. I will show you later, okay? Okay. So the slogan of AfoBot is to keep in touch and whenever and wherever you are. And the main purpose is that we could use AfoBot to make a call, to give a connection with our friends, our families, and without the learning curve, because currently we know that a lot of people using Messenger or Skype to do
Line.
a lot of things to do. For us, it's already an easy job, but maybe it's not true for our family members.
Yeah.
Yes. So we can go to the
Next
introduction of what is AfoBot. So we call that AfoBot is a video companion robot. It's because we do a smart video companion. So why we call that is a smart product is the first is the click and home function. And we do provide the auto answering and face tracking feature, and also maximum 4-peer video call. And we also do support the call recording. On the AfoBot, we have f2.0 aperture for even in the dim light environment. For example, you don't like to, in your house, you don't like to light out every light in your house, then it's a relatively dimmer environment. And thanks for the aperture of AfoBot, it can see clearly even if you don't turn all the lights on. And there are two major features. The first is the voice assistant. With your voice, you can set up alarm, ask for weather, take photo, or using share cloud album. And for the multimedia part, it is also possible to be controlled by voice. For example, to listen to music or broadcast or watch videos.
Wow, trendy.
Yes. So that's the feature that we are trying to make our AfoBot be. And we can go to the next one. And as I mentioned before, that a lot of people say that, okay, I already have a tablet or I already have a phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So we can see how application be like. So how could AfoBot and mobile devices be different? So that's just like a comparison. In different scenarios and different angles, we will see that.
Okay, so let's make a comparison.
Yes. So the first one is when we want to connect with our family, but we can see using the phone, because when you're making a call to family, the ringtone, it's disturbing the family, and it feels like being, even if you want to say, okay, I just buy an IP can at house, but the IP can is running 24 hours a day, just observing the family. Some people
we're not animals. We don't like to be monitored all the time.
Yes,
like
that's
being
true.
In jail.
Yes. So basically, that some people say that they can be viewed by their parents, by families in a specific time that is acceptable, but not all the time.
Yeah.
So in case of AfoBot, we provide a click and home feature. That means you use your phone to install the AfoTalk, which is the app.
And mobile app?
Yes, the mobile app for Android phone and the iOS devices.
So we support the two systems?
Yes, we support both. And after install the app and after binding AfoBot with the phone, and we can just tap AfoTalk. And then we can see what's going on at our house silently. A little bit silently, and I will show that later. and we can use the remote rotation function feature that we can control the direction of AfoBot. So we can take a roughly look of our house. So if we see our family is already busy or sleeping, then we know we don't
have to disturb
them. Yes.
Yeah, and maybe they're being impatient. You don't want to wake them up, so you invented this function to see them without waking them up.
Yes.
Right.
And I will show the feature later. And also, we can see that when we want to making calls with aging parents, sometimes it's natural that when we are at our house, we will not carry our phone or tablet with us at home.
For new generations, maybe they will carry them all the time. For elders, I think no.
Yes, and even for the juniors, they still, when they're at our house, at home, they sometimes they will put that in some places instead of carrying them in the pocket.
Yeah,
that's true. And when you call them, another thing is that nobody answers because the phone is away from you, or they just set to vibration, so nobody hears the ringtone. Or for the elders, they don't know how to answer. As I said, that Line or Skype are a convenient tool, but how to use them, for me, it takes a year to teach my parents.
A year? Seriously?
Yes, because I have to refresh their memories every time because they always forget. Okay, what's the next step if I want to answer a call?
Yeah, it's hard for
so
others.
You just have to keep it repeatedly. So instead, maybe it's better to say, okay, maybe we just auto pick up the answer in AfoBot. We can do the video call. We do the fast tracking. So it's just like that. The AfoBot fits elders instead of the elders fits the smart devices. So
that is very friendly.
Yes, that's why we are making this kind of product. So in here, maybe we could go to see another thing is like that. If we want to call kids at home, previously we were talking about elders, and now we're talking about kids.
Like very small kids or
I'm not old enough to have a kid in school. Actually, I don't have. I'm not married yet. Okay, sorry, it's just too far.
Well, he just shared his little secret.
Okay, but anyway, if you have a kid, even if in junior, they're in high school or something, okay, if you want to call them, they need a phone. For senior kids, maybe they will have one, but for the younger kid, no. And the device costs are a little bit higher, and sometimes when they are carrying their favorite phone, their lovely phone out, they just get lost, or even when the phone is lost, or stolen, or sometimes when they're holding the phone is too big and just falling on the ground. Okay, you need to buy another one.
Yeah, that's true. They are not old enough to keep their phone safe.
Yes. In case of AfoBot, we provide the auto answer, we provide fast tracking, and when
fast tracking.
Yes, we do provide fast tracking. It's like that when you are a little bit far away from AfoBot, or the AfoBot is not facing to you, when it sees your face, it will trying to rotate itself and put you in the center of the screen.
Wow.
Yes, and the AfoBot is always connected. So when you want to take care of your kids when they're at home, they don't even need to pick up the phone by themselves, because you can just see and even have a communication, have a talk with them. Sometimes it is a very good way to have an alternative connection when you are busy far in the office, or on the jam in the traffic, and you can just have a call with them directly. That will be much more easier.
Yeah, you can use up your fragmented time.
Yes. So
to tell your loved one,
yes,
you do care for them.
Yes, that's true. So that's for a moment. We can do some demonstration.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
now
we can see that's the real AfoBot screen. The time is true, and the screen is moving. So that's the true device.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we are going to do is like when we are outside and we want to call our family directly.
So shall we switch to a phone and AfoBot screen?
Yes, I think we should see the both screen. And where is AfoTalk? Oh, here. AfoTalk is, as I said before, AfoTalk is a companion product. So in here that I want to call Andy's AfoBot, which means the AfoBot.
Hi.
Yes, that's you.
Keep calling him.
Yes. So the first is like I want to just peek what's going on in around the scenario without disturbing our family. So you can see in here that that's the studio, and
it tracks us.
Yes, it is automatic tracking, and
that's very cool.
Yes, for the video view that we can also see that is auto tracking, and in here that we can we see the screen of the phone only? Oh, good. Okay.
Wow.
In here that we can see there is a controller that we can also manually control AfoBot to do the rotation instead of the automatic rotation. So it will fit. That's Jeffrey. Hi.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Yeah. So I can also do the control and have a peek and see, okay, it seems we are ready to take a phone call. And let's switch back to the screen of AfoBot. And we can see, actually, not this one. The AfoBot is keeping silent at this moment. Nobody has been disturbed. But the second is that if we want to make a video call,
here,
yes, the things will be different. When we're trying to make a video call, we can see the ringtone has arrived on both sides, and AfoBot takes the call automatically, and basically that's the screen of
so
the phone.
We hold this phone. This is
actually I want this one. Yes, that's the screen of AfoBot, and we can see in the corner there's your own view, but we can switch them back.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you also do that on AfoBot? That there's two screens and you can.
AfoBot screen. Thank you. Yes, this is better. Yeah. The first is that is calling here, and basically we are doing the automatically face tracking. And in the case that we can also take some screenshots or pictures.
Can you try the face tracking?
Yeah. That's okay.
So, yeah, that's you.
Actually, it is already facing me, and if I'm moving this way, it will try to rotate to the proper orientation, so I can be in the center without actually moving myself.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yes, and so in the case that we know that nobody will be disturbed when they are sleeping or busy, which is back to the screen, and that's the main feature. And let's go back to the slides.
Sure.
So when we want to call kids at home, that's introduced before. So when we are busy cooking but need some help, it's like that. When we are carrying a phone, of course we can buy a stand to hold our phone or to hold our tablet.
Yeah.
But the stand usually have limited angles. And when you are cooking, you usually have a grizzly hands.
Yeah, you don't want to touch your phone. It will ruin it.
Yes. And even if you don't want to touch your phone, actually when you're cooking, your hands are actually busy.
Yeah.
So it is hard for them to say, okay, I want to call somebody. But in this case, that AfoBot provides some feature like the voice dial, face tracking, audible guidance for recipes.
Wow, it's very sensitive.
Yes. And also the audible alarms for timer or similar features. Okay. So we can say we can do the demonstration here for the voice call. Yes.
Okay.
In here that nobody's here. Oh, okay. Hi, AfoBot. Call Dad.
Who's that?
Dad is here.
Okay. Let's represent Dad's phone. Oh, it rings.
Yeah.
Should I pick up?
You should. And after that is picking up the call, we can see the call is auto established. In this case that I did, yeah, it's tracking you.
Yeah.
And in this case that I don't need to actually touch AfoBot. And that makes the scenario better especially in the kitchen, that you don't really need to move it. You move it yourself, but you can say, okay, just call somebody. And reversely, that I showed before, if the dad just call back, you don't even need to use your finger to answer the call. Yes, so that's the two-way functionality that provides more easier way to communicate with each other.
Wow, that's so convenient.
Yes, and let's just keep it for a while, and we just hang out the call.
Yeah.
And for making foods, sometimes the time is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure want to come the time when maybe your oven is timing up.
Yeah, notify me in 10 minutes, notify me in 12 minutes. Each different ways of cooking.
You don't want to be overcooked.
Yes, but different ways of cooking takes different time.
Yeah.
So we only a single timer sometimes is not enough. So in this case that we may like to say, okay, AfoBot, hi AfoBot.
Naughty.
Along in, not alone in, sorry.
Sorry, not learned yet.
Okay, one more thing is that we're trying to improve AfoBot's intelligence. So we were trying to collect everything, not with the real voice, but the message that provided from the user. And that includes for example, how you ask AfoBot, what you request from AfoBot, and if AfoBot doesn't know, later, you know, I know.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't know, he will collect the information to us, and we will base on the statistics of the data to trying to add more feature or prioritize the request.
Yeah.
So in case you really need some feature, you can keep talking to AfoBot for 100 times or 1,000 of times. Yes, thank you.
We'll see them.
Yeah, we will see them, and
improving them.
We will put that in the higher priority. That's for sure.
Wow.
And for the alarm, for example, hi AfoBot.
Hi.
Wake me up at 6:30.
Sorry, not learned yet.
You listen too quick. Hi AfoBot.
Hi.
Wake me up. Wake me up at 6:30. One thing is that
execute alarm setting.
Yes, I didn't say is the 6:30 in the morning or 6:30 in the night, but it depends on for example, it's about 6:30 now in the evening, but
so it will
choose the nearest time, even if you don't speak it clearly. So in that case is that we also do some intelligence judgment based on the time, based on other features. So later in 6:30 we'll alarm up, but not now. We can go to continue with our demonstration.
Wow, this baby is smart.
Yes. Okay. So back to AfoBot, that we can do some other features that, maybe we can go through the slide.
To the slide.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, okay, no problem.
We can look at AfoBot first.
Yes.
So we have camera, album, applications, and settings.
Yes, we do have some feature. For example, camera is like using
We can shoot a picture.
Yes, you can. Traditionally, you can use your finger to say, okay, I want to take a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can also use your sound to control it. Hi,
Wow.
AfoBot. Hi, AfoBot.
Yes.
Take a picture.
So it's going to.
Yes, it's going to take a photo of us. May I?
Yeah.
Jeffrey is there. Okay.
That's
Thank you.
great.
Clear.
AfoBot, back to home.
I like the angle it provided.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not learned yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect.
Okay. So we
So
can
let's
show the
switch.
album. Yes, we can switch to the slide.
Here we
Say-
go.
Sometimes we want to record the events to be remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I just showed is the record like making record or making a photo directly by
AfoBot.
AfoBot. Yes, but one more thing is that we can do the call recording or video recording,
Wow.
and which makes us a little bit different from others is because when we're using other messengers, yes, they do provide a video calling feature, but
You cannot record the video calling.
they don't.
The content is still missing after you hang up.
Yes, and for some expensive conference system,
Mm-hmm.
they do provide a feature, but to deploy the conferences, it's not for family. It's far more than a family can afford, which will be another story.
That's
And-
true. And I don't know that either.
Yes.
Haven't heard of it.
Okay. So we do provide a group video call, maximum 4 peers, and we can do the recording. And actually, I'd like to show that we are capable to do the group recording. So, okay,
So
maybe we can just start a call by the dad.
yeah.
So the dad just make a video call to AfoBot. You can see the AfoBot is
So
doing nothing
we
here
have
yet.
to switch to the AfoBot.
Yes. Okay, so the dad already picked up the call.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have a second phone here. Maybe that's for the kid. And in here that we can also do the invitation to the others. So we can say, okay, I want to invite Andy. I want to invite Hans. Sorry, I didn't pick up. Andy, Hans, and I can do the invitation to them. And this is Hans, this is me,
Yeah.
so I can answer the call.
You have so many phones.
Yeah, as a different. This is Andy, another one. So we can already see that lots of people trying to make a call by themselves. A lot of people trying to calling in, and also they do provide the capability that for example in the phone here.
Oh,
Okay,
we're back.
so that we can see that everybody is trying to calling it directly and having a directly phone call together.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it can support
and
4
in here,
peers.
yes, in here that you can see in my phone that a lot of people, 4 peers, including AfoBot, is
And this one.
what are doing. Okay.
So that is 3 phone plus AfoBot.
Yes,
4
indeed.
pair is doing the video call.
Yes,
And
That's
we can
true.
also record this video call
yes, I can.
via AfoBot.
Yes, after we do the recording,
Mm-hmm.
and the data can be sent to our cloud storage, our cloud album. So in that case, that the cloud album send the information that we can check that directly on our phone. Actually, in the dad's phone, you can see that in previous session, we can see here. Can you switch to the phone screen?
AfoBot.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
This one, yes.
This one.
Okay, good. In here, this is the family album. A little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. Good.
Well, we have to do a lot of relocation.
Switch to the phone. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're seeing the phone on the right.
Yes, the phone on the right side.
And what you see is the album on the cloud.
Yes, that's the album on the cloud.
Wow. So here we can see the pictures we just take from AfoBot. It is directly sent to the cloud.
Yes, this is directly sent to the cloud, and basically that we can see that from every devices and even from the AfoBot itself.
Okay, so let's switch back to our slides.
Yeah. I think it's already about 8. It's already 6:29, so maybe in a few seconds, the alarm will just ring out. Yeah.
Okay.
Not this one. Okay, that's the wake me up at 6:30.
Wow, the alarm just rang. So let's keep going on the slides.
Yeah, okay. Dismiss. Okay, so just back to the slide that we do able to record the video. We do able to record the video and create events, and everybody can see the photo album of AfoBot, which provides more easier way to communicate with each other and remember what you're doing. And we can see the screen of AfoBot also in here.
Yes.
Yeah. You can see in here in the album. Can you switch to the both screen? Yeah. Okay, good.
So let's switch to the AfoBot and the phone screen.
Yes, in the album, we can see the pictures also taken here.
So you can see both on AfoBot and your phone.
Yes, and actually, reversely, you can see these pictures are taken from AfoBot. But reversely, if you have some pictures in your album on your phone, it is also possible to share your like a photo frame, digital photo frame. It's also possible to share the photo from your phone directly to the cloud album. So not only all the members carrying a phone, but also the AfoBot itself will see the new picture inside. We can also see there's some recorded videos retaken previews earlier. So it is easier way for us to share with everyone what we got, what we have.
So for example, if you take a photo or a video when you're going on a trip and you want to send it to the elder parents in the home, you can just upload it to the cloud album and they can view it on AfoBot.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So we are not only eliminating the obstacles to, for example, to make a call, to answer a call from or through internet, and also we make the photo sharing, memory sharing more easier to make the distance of our family members more closer with each other.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. And the second thing, actually, I already do some demonstration before, is the voice assistant. The voice assistant, before we are going through, we can see the user experience or the people interact with computers are changing from years to year, and we can
Like
see.
you can use Siri's on iPhones.
Yes, that's for the modern part, and yes, I agree with you. That's for the modern part, and also traditionally it's like using keyboard, and sometimes later we get the mouse, and in recent maybe 5 years we got the touchpad, which is commonly used in our phone devices now. And now we can see a lot of vendors join the game. You can say the Siri, Alexa, Google, Microsoft, all of them join the game. And which means that we are switching from touching from a
panel.
Touching from some keys, switching to touching from a panel, and later we are going to say, okay, then we have to switch. We don't have to touch now. So we can see the key factor of a voice interface. We call that the natural language processing, or the NLP.
So what's that?
Okay, a little bit part is like the natural. It can be separated with three parts. The first part is NLU, the natural language understanding. For example, if I just say, take a picture, play something, play just the way you are, or play the video of Spider-Man or something like that. That's to understand the natural language instead of a command.
It means that you can say one thing in different ways and it can still understand you.
Yes, exactly. So if you are speaking different way, it will go to the natural language integration. It will try to spill the intent of your speaking, to guess or to analyze what you are trying to say or what you're trying to express. And later, it will use the natural language generation to classify what you are going to do and doing the proper response.
Wow,
yes.
That is so cool.
Yes, so that's the key factor of voice interface. And so we are using the voice control. What we are trying to do is trying to manage things with voice at home.
Yeah.
Yes, and because I emphasize the at home part, it's because traditionally a phone or a tablet is for a single person.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is designed mainly for touch. Yes, we do know that Siri is on iPhone, or the the Google Assistant. Recently, they just announced that it's also on a phone or on a tablet. But the thing is,
they're close.
They're still close to me, and actually, when I'm holding a phone, I still prefer
touching it
to use the phone directly because it's faster. And for them, it's like the +1 feature. It's not a major feature of the phone devices, but for us, we are dedicated on AfoBot, so we can use the voice control for one or family members, even if you are far away from AfoBot. You can ask for weather, ask for other information, or ask for even for like the Wikipedia, or for some other things.
You're kind of given it the humanity, like you're answering someone and you're talking to someone and you give orders to someone, it responds to you.
Yes, exactly. And actually, that of course, just like that previous, are you wearing watch?
Watch?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yeah. Why? Because you got a smartphone.
Yeah.
Right. For me, I still wearing watch.
Wow, okay, that's old-fashioned.
Yeah, we can say that's a kind of old-fashioned way, but it depends on people. But sometimes you can say, okay, sometimes we have alternative. We're trying to use the easiest way. For me, it's like that. Of course, my phone can. For you, maybe you can just use your phone to know what time is it. For me, it's just like I'm lazy that I don't want to take out the phone from my pocket and see, okay, so maybe I just raise my arm and that's okay. For some people, even more lazy, maybe just, hi, AfoBot.
Hi.
What time is it?
Let's switch to.
No. We don't need to see it, right?
1838.
You told me it's 1838.
Yeah, but the sound is a.
Sound is too small?
Yeah, we don't have to keep it down.
Hi, AfoBot. Louder. Not this one.
Sorry, not learned yet.
Hey, AfoBot.
Yes.
Louder.
So
Volume change.
And you didn't hear it clearly, right?
yeah, let's do it again.
Hey, AfoBot.
Hi.
What time is it? Even if I can see the time is written on the
1838.
screen, I still like to listen to the time, which is more convenient.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
And
And-
for people who are nearsighted or farsighted, whatever, it is good to hear the
Yeah,
sound.
not only the time, but also maybe what day is today? Friday? No, sorry, it's a Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Okay. So whatever what we have that we can go to ask AfoBot, and even if AfoBot doesn't know, and it can record the information that we can train AfoBot to learn more and more and more in the future by your voice.
Wow.
Okay, just back to the slide. So, like what I say, that a lot of things we can do. Actually, we already see the digital photo frame, something like that. And so with the integration that we're trying to manage a lot of things at our house and directly with our voice. And that makes us a little bit different with others. And which is also the focus of all other voice assistants. Yeah. And okay, for the voice part, I think that's a lot of them, and we are taking a longer time. Now we are going to some happier part,
Yeah.
multimedias. Yes, a lot of people using phone to watch the video, to see what's the latest news or something, and using AfoBot is that you can play what you ask for. It can play what you ask for. For the phone, I would say it's inflexible because you usually have to type the keyword precisely.
Yeah, and in a very small screen, you have to keep your finger on the right button. It's very hard.
Yeah, just for example, that if you want to see some movie from your PC or from your phone, what will you need? The first, take out the phone, install the app if you don't have,
Yeah.
and then open the app, log in, maybe swipe the screen for several times, and finally you see finally you see what you want to have.
Yeah, I get that. So many steps.
Yeah, maybe about 5 or 6 steps, but that's not necessary for AfoBot. AfoBot uses,
Yes.
yeah, I will show you later. AfoBot uses the natural language processing, which is more flexible. Even if I didn't speak the right thing, it can still correct in his mind, in her mind, sorry.
So you can still know what you're talking about.
Yes, and we do have the one-step play. I will show that later. And also for the speaker is loud enough that easier to listen to the background music.
So does that mean
Yes.
5-watt speaker?
Yes, 5 watt. Yes.
Here.
Okay, you are so early, but I think it's time for you to show that. Hi, AfoBot.
So let's switch to our AfoBot.
Yes. Hi, AfoBot.
Yes.
Play video of QNAP's introduction. Not two naps, okay?
Execute video function.
That's fine.
Humorous.
Yes. Play video QNAP introduction. Okay.
Execute video function.
Yeah, the first thing is that we still have to introduce ourselves. Instead, maybe if you don't upgrade to 4.3.4 yet, trying to update now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Important to update.
Yes, and we have a lot of things we can try. For example,
Hi.
play video, NBA Live.
Execute video function.
Okay, it's a somehow NBA style, and
Funky.
yeah, and not only on the AfoBot. In the case that we can also doing the Chromecast, if we can also Chromecast the video directly, not this one.
So we can play it on the big screen.
Yes, we also set up an environment that we can do the Chromecast here.
Living room.
Yes, we got a living room here. Then maybe we can switch to the Chromecast view here.
That's our television.
Yes, and already see the sky a lot of times, and so we can see something.
Whoa.
Okay, good. Hi, AfoBot. Play video, Vampire Diary, Season 6, Episode 1.
96 plus overall award winner at the top. That's a topper.
Execute video function.
14.
You can see I already speak a lot.
Hurry up.
The sound is just too big.
Popping ASAP. Let me see what they got up here.
Good?
Holy moly.
This guy is so fun.
Yep. So we can say, I already said a lot of, we can also say, okay, we need a season. We can say season what, episode what, something like that. And we can also see what is really determined on the AfoBot. We can switch back to the screen AfoBot. Yes. Play video, Star Trek Voyager, Season 5, Episode 5. It's already long enough, right? Okay, connect.
Sorry, not learned yet.
Okay, sorry, not doing yet, but
Yes.
play video, Star Trek Voyager, Season 5, Episode 7.
Wow, it's so long.
It's so long, but
Execute video function.
it identifies what they're going to do correctly. And in here, because we already connected with Chromecast, we can also choose that if we continue playing or do something else. If you have choose play, then we can have a big screen here. Okay, but we'll just skip it. Let's back to the slide. Okay, so in here is that in the development phases of AfoBot, we are trying to make a lot of things to do. And actually, you just see that we have a YouTube, we have a lot of services, but in different.
We also have KK Box.
Yeah, in Taiwan, yes.
Yeah, for Asian areas.
For yes, for
Asia.
Asia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, some places, but that's what we're seeing is that the phase one is that we are doing a voice platform. So we are specialized for voice control experience, which is better than tablet. So the first is the fundamental, is like the core feature is the voice interaction. For the global, we use is Google technology. Maybe in future in the US, we're trying to integrate is Alexa. In China, iFlyTech. In Taiwan, Cyber.
Wow.
So with all these technologies that we build a fundamental development. And second, the phase two is we are trying to make AfoBot as a content platform. So what's the target is that to integrate AI assistants.
What's that?
For example, like just I say, even if we don't speak the command correctly,
Right. Yeah.
we don't need to speak a correct or right command to make AfoBot work with us. And in this case, that we also need to co-work with some regional application for digital contents assistance, like the music, movie, video, news, weather, or education. A lot of things that we can do.
It's about culture, I think.
Yes.
So many things.
Yes. For example, we have some India colleagues. They say, okay, now you are going to plan to integrate with YouTube, with KKBox. But in India, they don't have that. They don't even watch Netflix in India. According to them, I don't know.
Well,
But yes, it's like it's for different regions. Yeah.
mhm.
Mm-hmm. And for the phase 3, that is that we want trying to cooperate with a lot of different members to make AfoBot a service platform. For example, to integration with different local services. For example, taxi, house cleaning. Then the gang is not playing with AfoBot only. Maybe we can just say, hey, I want to call a taxi. Yeah, call a taxi. And I want
Call
to
Uber.
Yeah, I want to eat something for food delivery, something Panda or something.
Food Panda.
Yep. And
China Express.
Yes, a lot of things we can do. But all of these requires the help with a lot of key players. We cannot do that alone, in fact. But for now, that every services isn't running a single, that we are also trying to have a partnership with a lot of friends here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A long way to go.
Yes. So to the major features that the AfoBot currently have 8 major strengths. The first we already introduced is the click and go home. And we do have the remote camera control, auto answering, face checking, and group video call recording, and shared cloud album maximum for 10 gigabytes. And the personal voice assistant for weather, alarm, and so on. We also possible to search and play multimedia with voice interactions. And for the hardware part, the hardware of AfoBot is that we do have one camera, which is 5 megapixel, which is far more than the requirement of Full HD.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it can be tilted with 100 degree. We do have a stereo microphone. We do have a stereo microphone that can have a better voice receiving angles. The power button, allows you to turn on and off the AfoBot. And the USB slots and Type-C and micro SD slot allows you to connect with more devices if you like to. We do provide a power and wider network behind AfoBot. Okay, thank you. So that's another one of, but we can see it's not that heavy, and we can see the USB part here, the micro SD part here, that we can integrate with all other devices we have. And we can connect AfoBot by Wi-Fi, but if you like to, it is also possible to use the Ethernet
Internet port.
Yes, the Internet port. So you can choose to use the wired connection if you like to. We just leave it here for a while to say hello.
I can hold him. So cute.
Yeah, and it's not that heavy.
Yeah.
Even Joyce can hold it for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm strong.
Thank you.
I've been working out.
Okay, good. Okay, so next part is that some use cases. We are showing that what is our thought if we want to put AfoBot inside our house.
Hi.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, because if I call AfoBot, he will just say yes. Just like if somebody calls Hans, I will say hi.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. So for some use cases is that previously in the previous about 15 minutes that we are talking about how to use AfoBot at our house, but we are trying to make integration in different scenarios or different fields for applications. For example, we trying to, as I say, we are trying to have more friends with us that we could use in the B2C
business to customers
to customize with a lot of things that we can provide an SDK for Android developer, content maker, a lot of service partner. Then they can build and run their own services on AfoBot, and instead of tablet. Then why? Because we can do good. We can provide a good assistant in companion doing video call, even for the education, healthcare, or surveillance.
So these are our advantage.
Yes, and some real part is that we are trying to cooperate with some bank to say that.
Why bank?
That's why I'm going to say, because we can provide a video customer services, and it can be a clerk assistant. Previously, if we need if we hire a lot of staff in the bank, sometimes they have a rush hour, or sometimes they don't have that much customers to serve. They don't need to have that much at the same time. And with the pool clerk, and they can use a terminal like AfoBot in their call center. So pool clerk can face more customers. Also, it is useful in the unmanned branch. Of course, we already have some solution for video teller machine, but to building that kind of devices is very expensive, and it's hard to maintain those devices.
Mm-hmm.
What we provide is the simple device, but simple, it doesn't mean the functionality is limited. We still can develop a lot of things with these devices. So for the bank, that we can become a video teller machine and help a lot of people there. If they just want to ask some question or doing some basic works.
Wow, that's very useful.
Yeah, and for the hotel, it's like this is the real picture we taken from some site.
Hotels?
Yes, we can do the self-checking, or they can ask the remote housekeeper to see what's going on in the room, and they can determine if they need to go here or not. There's a lot of things. Or if you see AfoBot in the room, you can ask, "Hey, AfoBot, what's the beautiful site around here?"
Oh,
like a tour guide.
Yeah,
yes.
you can guide it from that.
And you can ask for AfoBot, I need some instant noodle like room services, or AfoBot, I'll turn on my TV in the room. So we can do the integration like this.
Okay, then the check-in clerk will be fired.
No, they can
no
still
need
help.
for them.
They can still help with a lot of things but it's like we are not trying to replace anyone, but we're trying to make everyone's life easier, even for the staff.
Okay, easy for you to talk.
Okay. For the healthcare, it's like we put AfoBot next to the patient, then doctors can access to multiple sites at the same time. They don't need to physically move around here and there. And sometimes when doctor is away, they can still do the instructions with the call. And
yeah, sometimes it's an emergency and the doctor is out of duty,
yes.
And the patient is urgent. So kind of have to make contact with the doctor. Yes,
that's true. And another thing is reversely. For example, when doctor is outside and the nurse is seeking for the instruction from doctor, traditionally I see what I actually do is that, for example, they holding their phone by one hand and calling the doctor using the video call like this. But sometimes single hand can do nothing to deal with the patient.
Yeah.
But AfoBot is there, so the AfoBot just stand there. They can see what's going on without.
So your hands are free.
Yeah, the hands free can 100% going with the patients. Yeah, and because of the companion feature, the patient can be visited remotely. Sometimes you can see them more often than before, because sometimes you are limited. You cannot move to the hospital by yourself to see your friend if they are laying there, because it's a time that you cannot take care of them. Or it is more safer than you, actually. Because hospitals sometimes there's a lot of viruses. Yeah. And you don't need to go there directly, and that will be better. Okay. So, and also for the voice is like the voice trigger for emergency help can be addition option. Okay. And for the retail or for the customers, that is the new channel to engage with customers is a new customer support method. In the future, that if you want to ask some question about us, maybe you don't really need to call us by phone, but you can see our representative. I don't know if the customer service will come to me later, but it is possible that you could call them directly.
See your face, see them, their faces.
Yes. And here I want to show that. Can you switch to the phone view here?
Yeah. Let's switch to the phone and AfoBot.
Oh,
Phone and
yes.
AfoBot, yeah. So.
In here, that we do have a public AfoBot feature that we can see a lot of devices here, which is already public. So I don't know if our developer there. Let's try. You can use the app even if you don't have AfoBot. Then you can access to some public services that they can.
Oh.
I think I got somebody. Oh,
hi.
Hello. So you know who is behind the AfoBot. Maybe you should hide your face, in fact. Okay, thank you.
So short.
Yeah. So that's for the public AfoBot, is that even if you have already, if you don't have AfoBot yet, but you can still install an AfoTalk and using the public AfoBot to try some benefit that you can have a direct contact with others. That is the public AfoBot does.
Wow.
Yes. And back to the slide. So think about that. The public AfoBot can become a new channel to engage with customers. New customer support is a new customer support method. And also, if you put that in the convenience store or something, you can install the own catalog, electronic catalog on AfoBot. It can provide more interactive recommendation services and recommendations. Even based on, we do provide a feature that to identify how old are you, or what's the gender of you, and based on that, the vendors can provide more precise recommendation based on
That's true.
Yes.
Same for the libraries or for any applications, other
Yes.
applications.
And last but not least, AfoBot at the kindergarten, that the video feeds of the kindergarten can be accessed anytime by parents. They can just peek to see if their kids are happy or crying in the kindergarten. Okay, in the case of happy, that we may not have to do anything. But while they're crying, we can call in and say, oh, baby, what's going on with you? Somebody hurt you? Maybe. To have a real-time, direct connection.
Wow.
Yeah, not only the kindergarten, but maybe your pets at home. Yeah.
So it will definitely solve off some of the peer pressure or violence problem.
Indeed. And it sometimes provides less insults to personal privates. If you are using IP can, it's like that you just, everybody can see that, or you need to learn how to make your IP can secure for others. But for AfoBot, we do that part. Then you have to being a part of the group or some other limitations of that.
Wow.
And for the kindergarten itself, it can also become a player of some supplemental materials. So a lot of things that we can do in AfoBot. So we are looking for partners. We already have some thoughts of different scenarios, different domains. But if you are a developer, you know how to develop an app or have some thoughts, it's very welcome that everyone can join our family to go together with AfoBot.
Wow.
And
Warm arms.
we are on the same boat. Yeah,
On the same boat.
On the
It
same
doesn't
AfoBot.
sound like a good thing. On the
Really?
same boat.
The same AfoBot. Okay.
Right.
And AfoBot the AfoBot, the official site of AfoBot will be public soon. And actually, in the live, I think the URL should be here around here. If it doesn't, trying to add that later.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that's for the introduction part of AfoBot, and thanks for everyone. For us, I don't know if there's
Okay.
any.
Thank you, Hans, for sharing so much useful and cool things with us. And this lady over here called AfoBot, it provides us with so many cool features, like we can make video calls, play music, play videos, and later on we will develop more applications on AfoBot. And for this week, we have more live streaming going on. Tomorrow we will have a live broadcasting about downloads, and Thursday we will have QCal agent, and on Friday we will have a RAID 50 and 60 configuration live broadcasting. So thank you all for watching today. Stay tuned. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.